Oxlade-Chamberlain scored again for Liverpool, and he got the winner in their game against Genk. Salzburg drew against Napoli, which probably puts Liverpool in a good position in that group. Barcelona earlier on was goalless. Dortmund came from 2 goals behind to beat Inter Milan 3-2. Leipzig 2-0. That was the early kick-off. Lyon beat Benfica 3-1. And the other game in Group H was Valencia 4 in the end. Lille 1. They too came from behind.
I mean, that's a night to remember if you can take it all in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a crazy game being 3-1 down at half-time and then obviously bringing it back to 4-4.
And of course the side kept coming back, showed that resilience of character.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was hard to break down, and obviously we scored quite a few when they went down to 9 men, but it was great to pull it back, and shame we didn't win.
And it's a special moment for you as well, scoring.
Yeah, it's always a great feeling scoring here at Stamford Bridge, and obviously for such a great club.
Did you think you were going to go on to win it?
No, I didn't. You know, I was happy to come on and make an impact, and then obviously scoring a goal was a bonus.
What did the boss say at half time when he sent you on?
No, he just said he didn't really say too much. He just said, "Come on, get in the game and liven the boys up."
There's a little bit of disappointment the fact you didn't nick it at the end, just against 9 men.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit. We had a few chances where we could have scored, but I mean, from where he was at half time, it was a great end to the game.
Some Chelsea fans apparently left when they were 4-1 down. It was a mistake.
Yeah, it was a big mistake because we livened up in the second half and managed to get back in the game.
So what is the feeling in the dressing room right now? A point saved or a couple lost?
Well, you could look at it from both points of view. I mean, we could have had all 3, but I mean, we're happy to at least get 1 point and take a draw.
It was marvellous entertainment anyway.
Thank you.
Good night. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Over our shoulder, we saw 2 or 3 Chelsea fans leave at 4-1. When they get home, they'll go, "Oh, what did I do? Why did I leave?" Just shows you with football, you never know. Never give up.
Yeah, you can't walk out. It's very like the spirit that's within this stadium at the moment in this club, the way that the young players have responded to, and all the other players really have responded to Frank and the new management team that have come in. You can't come out of this stadium. Even at 4-1, they're fortunate, the 2 sending us maybe, but when they got them, they really took the ball by the horns, and the game was taken them from Ajax.
Yeah. It was a game that didn't make that much sense, but we'll try our best to make some sort of sense of it all. Even the first half, so, you know, the fact that Ajax had only had 1 shot on target yet led 3-1 kind of sums it up in a way.
It was a crazy game, wasn't it? I think we're sitting here and we're trying to work out who's going to be happy, what team, but it's one of them. Look, I mean, that's the first goal there. It was a little bit of a mix-up between Kovacic and Tammy. You know, again, it's a great delivery. I want to praise the delivery. The Ajax boys they were putting it on the money. I think it really caused Chelsea a problem, and like you said, Gary, shot free. Just they're working on addressing it. You know, really tightened up defensively from an open play point of view, but set pieces is something I think the club are looking to get that next level go on again.
Well, yeah, they probably need to work on that to some degree. They bounced back immediately, didn't they? I don't think any of us thought it was anything but a penalty.
No. Well, this one is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
this is one we're talking about.
Probably penalty. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Once you go on you lose all control when you go on the floor. When you slide like that, he has tried to pull his legs away, as you can see there. But when you've just gone down like that, you don't have any control of your body, and he slid into him, and there is contact.
This is like unbelievable, really, because we're talking about it, like, I still can't work out how he does that. When does he make the decision to go which side? It's like he sort of plays with he hypnotises the goalkeeper.
It's like he's looking at the goalkeeper, but then actually looks down, doesn't he, when he's...
It doesn't make sense to hit it like that.
Not even
because you
natural.
never have a jump before you shoot, because you have to have your standing leg strong. He's like jumping into it.
When did he work out that was a great technique to use? Like, I don't understand. Like, what was the process of thinking behind that?
He was 2 for 2 tonight, boys. It's hard to be too critical when
how you do it.
The end result. I guess that's all that mattered. After that, it was Ajax went from 1-1, and by half time it was 3-1. The second goal was actually scored by them. Yeah, which was a good bit of football, actually, wasn't it, Robin?
Yeah, they just played it out, short passes. Ajax always prefers the short passes, but this is the moment to have the longer one in the space. A great run, but against Ziyech. We talked about him before, during and after. What a player he is. What a pass.
We tried to find the mistakes from the Chelsea back line of the goalkeeper, but it's just a great ball. It was so flat. Kepa couldn't get a better position. He's run off of him round the back. Maybe you could label that, but great run, great finish.
You can't blame the defenders or the keeper for Chelsea.
Okay, well, 3-1 was a very unusual goal. It crossed from the right-hand side, hit the post, hit Kepa's nose, and in it went.
Did he actually got the goal, Ziyech, or not? I hope he got it.
No, it's been given to Kepa and own goal.
Really?
Yeah, I think if you look, it's not.
Yeah, I know, but I think you should give it to the...
I agree. I don't.
It's a hell of a technique to put it in with that pace in that dangerous zone. With
your nose, yeah.
His angle, though, that's gonna be on a few people's phones later. That one there.
We shouldn't laugh.
He should head that clear, really. I think.
Yeah, hit the wrong side of his nostril. That was the problem with that one. At half-time, second half, you're thinking Chelsea will have a real go, but then Van der Beek, lovely bit of football.
This is beautiful. What I love about it is the first touch. It's good football. The team, the movement, the rotations.
But the pass from Ziyech is not even a very good pass, because
it's too hard.
Very hard. But the touch is so silky. Bit of backspin, bang, diagonal.
The movement as well. Look at Tadic's movement away. He brings the defender away. He runs into that space vacated. It's a great touch with the left foot and then right foot finish.
Tadic's run affects Zuma there, then he massively has to go with him.
What I like about Tadic as well is that he's a real team player. He gives the most assists. He drops back. He links up well. He gets his goals. He's a dream to have as a forward player.
He looks like he really enjoys playing in this team, doesn't he, Tadic? He's found his home.
Everyone does. Yeah. Everyone enjoys it.
Right, the next bit of plays is pretty much what changed the
game,
wasn't it? In many ways. First and foremost, there was 2 red cards, the penalty. We tried and sorted
it was all a bit of a blur during real time, to be honest with you. We was all worrying what was going on. This is how players got.
But should he have a touch there? I don't think he should take the risk, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is he's in there. It's all a bit scrappy.
Oh, maybe we're going wide now. Eh?
Yeah, maybe. I know you're tapping that in, Robin. There, aren't you, striker?
yeah, probably would. Yeah.
To be honest, you couldn't take a chance with that one, could you?
Nah.
Maybe run with the ball if you have the time.
He was different class tonight. Yeah. Played right back and left back.
That got them in it, and then obviously all hell broke loose. It was like Wild West
madness,
football.
Yeah.
We didn't have a clue what was going on when this happened. We was all sitting there looking at each other, asking questions, and it was crazy. But we said during the half-time break, one of these centre halves to get sent off. Both on yellow cards. That was a bad tackle from Daily Blind. Definitely a bookable offence for a red card.
There as well.
And then the handball.
What do you think of the handball?
What do you think, Gary?
Well, no, under the laws, especially how they're applied in the Champions League, generally, if it hits your arm and even if it's alongside your body, they seem to give it. I don't think it probably. His arm goes out a little bit, but I don't think it would probably be given in the Premier League.
No, I think that they talk about the silhouette, don't they? His arm's in a natural position, but I mean, we've got to sort it out. We've got to have it like across the board, across all the major leagues in Europe and Champions League. We need to have the same rules because you're going to get situations like this when we're not knowing what's going on.
I get Daily Blind's red card. That's clear cut. Another yellow card.
Nailed on.
But he's trying to get his arm out of the way.
Yellow card. Do we know that?
We're not sure whether he's given it for the handball
or dissent.
because it was so long after, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or dissent. It
was apparently. They're now saying it was definitely for the handball. That's what's come.
The first yellow, and then he got the second yellow after.
No, he had a yellow before. In the first
he already got a yellow.
Right. Yeah.
So then they're down to 9 men, but the little hop, skip and jump works again.
It looks so strange.
He's popped it the other way as well.
I think when he does that, when he's still looking at the goalkeeper when he's in the air and he's jumping, it only makes a decision when he lands. But it's a great technique. Exactly. It's an unbelievable technique. And he's innovating. We've not seen this before.
No, it's quite extraordinary. I don't think I've lost count just yet. James made a difference. He looks a talent, doesn't he?
You can see why Palace tried to buy him. They sold Wan-Bissaka and they tried to put a big bid in of over £20 million for him. I'm told. So this kid, he come on. There was no fear. Went out there expressive. What a header from Zuma, by the way, and the finish, beautiful finish, great technique. I mean, the balls he must have put in 5 or 6 really good balls when he came on as well.
When I was playing in America, I was coming back to keep fit. I was training with the youth team and Reece was in it, and we was doing a crossing and finishing session. And with young players, sometimes their technique can get a little bit erratic at times. He was on the money, and he reminds me, he's like Beckham, the very best at crossing from the right. He's got that type of technique.
His performance when he came on, and a lot of the balls he whipped in, very reminiscent of Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. That kind of whip delivery, of little balls into the angles.
We're so lucky as a country. We're going to have them two pushing each other for the next 10, 15 years in that right back slot.
I think one of them might go right side midfield at some point. I would have thought. And then 4-4. Have we got to 4-4 yet? We've already got to 4-4. See, I've lost count. Extraordinary. This is, well, it should have been 5-4, shouldn't it? I mean, I understand why they've done it, because that's the new handball law. If it hits you, comes off an arm in any way, shape or form, whether it's deliberate or otherwise, it has to be disallowed. But I just hate this law. That
header just in front of the goal deserved a little bit of luck anyway. Look, he heads that there. It's a great strike in the end. It's very harsh.
It's unbelievable. It's the strikes picture perfect.
What's he supposed to do? You know.
I know.
But I mean, Tammy can't get out of the way of that at all.
You can't criticise the officials for that, because that's the law that they've currently invented. But I mean,
this is Chelsea. Chelsea were absolutely flying at this point.
It's just
for me, and the emotion that erupted around us when this went in, because it was one of the great Champions League nights at this club.
Talk about killjoy moment.
Yeah, it was.
Took it
what
away.
I like as well about both teams today is their first touches. They're so good. Almost every single player.
We need to,
in the box, outside the box. Very good first touches.
We need to point out how well Ajax played when they went down to 9 men. How brave they was with the ball when they were getting it, popping it around, and then when they first went down to 9 men, they went on the press straight away. I was thinking, this ain't a good idea, but then it worked for them.
That's the Dutch way, man.
Maybe the handball law's right. 4-4 was a fair result. Both teams didn't deserve to lose, did they?
Both teams should be very proud of themselves.
Let's take a breather. When we come back, we'll hopefully it's going to go to the wire. The next fixtures are Valencia against Chelsea. Huge game that, of course, for both those teams. Ajax are away in Lille, who are yet to win a game in this group.
Can't quite predict the insanity of the Champions League, but it's going to be your job to explain it.
I need to compose myself. I'm just watching back the first half goals there, so I could give you some form of explanation or something, but I can't explain the game. But I suppose for all the things that we might analyse back, and the goals obviously that we concede, and the madness of the game, we are here for entertainment, I suppose, even though it's there were some nervy moments or crazy moments. So I think anyone who watched at home, anyone who was here today watching it anywhere, has to say what an incredible game of football. And respect to Ajax. They're a great team. What a spectacle.
Well, 2 penalties, 2 own goals, 2 red cards, 8 goals. Have you ever been involved in a crazy game? I've left out the disallowed goals.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I have. I can't remember at the moment. I mean, the two own goals were, the story of our first half. We were in the first half. I said to the lads at half time, I'm not trying to say how clever I am, but I said, I think we're going to draw this at least 3-3, could be 4-4, could be 4-3, we can win it. It's up to us, because if we get rid of the crazy moments that gave them the goals, some misfortune, some on us, I just felt we were so in the game, and we were so short of just that last pass, the final third. Christian looked so dangerous, Pulisic, Willian looked dangerous, and I just felt that we would build momentum, and fortunately we did.
There's a crazy stat in the first half that Ajax had 1 shot on target, yet they were 3-1 up. That sort of sums up the whole night, really.
Yeah, and I'm not happy, because we can't make any bones about it. This is the Champions League, and in the group stage today, we've kind of got away with it. We've got ourselves back into it. But the first goal, obviously, Tammy needs to clear. The second goal is poor defending from us. The third goal comes back and hits Kepa, I think, in the face or something, didn't it, or whatever it does. So there was a freaky kind of nature to the first half. So the biggest pleasure for me is the spirit that the whole stadium showed. The second half was electric from the way the players performed and the way the crowd reacted.
And the 2 red cards, that was another freakish moment.
I can't give you much on that, because it happened. I didn't really see what the second one was for. Even the first one, I was just delighted that we got the penalty. So yeah, it just added to the craziness.
Reece James came on in the second half. It added urgency to the whole performance.
Yeah, I felt I needed to do something, and Marcus comes off and Reece comes on and Aspie goes on the other side, and Reece has got so much quality, and I know that, and young player, can deliver, can get up the pitch. We saw it, he got his goal, and so there were options for me at the right back position. I just felt a change around, and to get a bit more thrust on the sides was what we needed.
I just said to Reece as well, it's almost, do you feel like it's two points drop because of the 9 men, because of the situation you were in?
I think we do a little bit now, but we shouldn't do too much, because at half time I would have taken that one for sure. And it's not easy at the end. We had that goal disallowed, we all got excited with that, but when the team has 9, they kind of had nothing to lose. They do obviously camp out in numbers, and the pressure's on you to try and score. And if they go up the other end, which they maybe did a couple of times, then we look stupid. So I think we should just take it as what it was. We showed great spirit, and we got a point against a very good team.
And it was a surprise right at the end, just 4 minutes extra time.
Yeah, that was incredible. We be careful with the refs and what you say to them, because they'll whip you off and tell you to go inside. But I think the actual double red card penalty, for instance, was certainly felt like 4 at least in itself. Then there's the goals, then there's another VAR incident and all that stuff. So I was expecting somewhere towards 10, maybe 8 or something like that. I don't know. So I just don't know where that come from.
And the drama's going to go on because there's 3 clubs now on 7 points in the group.
Yeah, it does, and that's the reality of where we're at, and so there's a little bit of disappointment we didn't get a win because of what the difference that would have made. But it's in our hands now in terms of we've got 2 games. We go to Valencia, and we want to get something, and it'll be a tough match.
Stressful, this management, Larkin.
It is. I should come back and sit with the boys out there, shouldn't I?